Well, the Giants began play all the way back in 1925. And almost 100 years later, this venue was built to house their next era. MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, an NFC battle in store for us between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Giants. Michael Dixon with the honor of getting us started, and we're off from MetLife. Tyrone Tracy now to return. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Looking to throw right away. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
Kate, we're one snap in, and already this defense has potentially killed this opening drive. And remember how valuable every possession is in the NFL. Talk about setting an immediate tone by this defense.
Get it. Huh.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Offense looking to convert as they come up to the line, 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Steady.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. So that brings up 4th and long. The Giants readying to punt, and they're going to send out the lefty, Jamie Gillen, for the kick. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And hey, we see out under the football, but they will get nothing on that return. First and 10 from the 32. They'll work against the blitz. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. All right, partner testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. 2nd and 10 now from the 32 after the incompletion. Back to throw. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Corey Horton, his intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Now this opening drive not going anywhere yet. Already 3rd and 10. 3rd and long for him here. That one is caught. Horton has it. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. All right. Now things starting to pick up a little bit after a slow start, Brock. Last things fans want to see is a couple of uninspiring drives to begin a game.
Yep, they get the first and generate just a little excitement that we could see maybe our first touchdown here, or at least avoid another quick punt.
Sticking to the air here. He puts some air under it deep down the left. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. And we're seeing this more and more these days, mixing some deep looks into that opening script, Brock. Test all levels of the secondary. They held up there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last time this defense will be tested. This group likes to push the ball down the field. They answered the call that time.
Back to the air they go on 2nd down. Finds him on the crossing route. And they make the tackle at the 38. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule. It takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. Takes the handoff, now to throw. And he sure gave his all to make that play, but it hits the deck. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
This is going to be play number 8 of this drive as they set up for 3rd and 5. Working now from the gun. He's got Smith and Jigba for the catch. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. Well, when your opponent fails to act, Brock, you want to capitalize, right? And they are moving like a team ready to provide us with our first point to this game.
Yeah, pretty lackluster start there, Kate, from their opponents. You got a golden opportunity to immediately take control as they convert to stay on the field.
Play action on first down. And the defender comes away with it. Picked by Abdul Carter. And the Giants are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
That's one of those drives, Kate, especially on the opening drive. You come to the sidelines, and all you're thinking about, unfortunately, is the failure at the end. It's kind of like being a student. You're so good all semester, and then you just bomb the final exam.
Looking to his fullback now. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Come on, set. Bronco 80.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
19, Tiger, 19.
First down throw here from Milrow. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to bring him down after his play rips off quite a chunk of yardage there, up to the 30. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it's good for a New York first down.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
18 Cardinal. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Milrow from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Set. Hawk 70. Ready.
From the gun, Milrow. Has a man downfield. This is Robinson. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Ready. 60 Eagles. 6.
On first down, they'll run. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackle for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
A momentary speed bump there on what has otherwise been a great drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Liking 18.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And this is across midfield. They're going to stop him at that 45-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
So that was an exciting first quarter, but not the cleanest. A couple of early turnovers. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll get back to East Rutherford after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They've got a first to begin the frame. Setting up to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Giants with an extra DB out there now, 3rd down. Walker trying to run for the first. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
To the air now on 1st and 10. That's his man. It's the Oklahoma State rookie. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Walker running to the right. And he's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. This one's in range, but it gets knocked away. Couldn't connect, and that brings up 4th down. Maddox Trujillo on to handle this field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Kick by Trujillo is good. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's Tracy on the return. All right, and in the end, Brock, this is going to make it out to the 30.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Giants lining things up. 1st and 10.
Get it! Cowboy 80! 60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Dragon 60! Ready!
Setting him on the dive. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Arnold Ebiketie makes it there for the stop.
Tackle made at the
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that run. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Back-to-back carries here. And that's not what the offense styled up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be third down. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, that is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Miller throwing on third down. And that's going to fall incomplete on a look to his running back, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get third down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Secures this at the 17. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Seahawks just about set. Here's first and 10. They'll throw to start the drive. Completed over the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Only need the smallest little bit of yardage here. It is second in inches. He'll give up the gut to Walker. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you want to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
We've set it downs from 37. Throw here on first. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. And they're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Blood in the water defensively after that sack. This offense facing second and 23. Looking to throw here. Looking downfield, snagged by Arroyo. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. They get 35 out of that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that can stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Walker on first down. And this one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Back to pass on first and 10. Has it down close. That's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks making a 9-point advantage. Jackson Smith-Njigba with a touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Wandale Robinson now to return this. He's brought down just inside the 25.
Giants take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Here's Milrow, 1st and 10. Has a man on target to Johnson. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
Panther 6.
They'll run here on 1st down. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 60.
Shotgun now for Milrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Geez, with each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative this quarterback stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Escapes the pocket. He's making a bid for it. And they're going to bring him down, but not until he gets it down to their 32-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And the Giants are going to have the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Shot. 18 Cardinal. 8. Go.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. It's inside the 10. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
Ready, ready. Bronco.
Milrow hangs on to it. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Now Seattle going to call it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal.
Cougar 19. Go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Throwing from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants make it a 1-score game before halftime. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Gano ends the point after. And the Giants cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. On it, and he nearly picked it. Oh, couldn't hang on in the end. The offense got lucky on a risky throw there. It's 2nd down.
Kate, it just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, well, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Hauled in by Arroyo on the right side. And this is taken ahead to the 37. Soon as Abdul Carter making plays as he cleans that one up. The Giants using their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. 3rd and long for him here. Going down the field, and he's got it. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Offense up to the line fast. First down, play action. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. They are throwing it again. That's dropped underneath. Walker. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He was good on his first kick. Going to need to hit this one well to go 2 for 2. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll double their lead to 6. Gano ready to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Third quarter's going to start with a run by Walker. Drop play. First guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Run loss of a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
Let's go.
Back to throw. And this one's not going to connect. Knocked away, and that failure to connect, Brock, means it's 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one is caught. Horton has it. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
Brought in right side. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Giants side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
This is Walker on 2nd. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
They'll throw 3rd and long. Looking slant route complete. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to Walker from the gun. Gets it to the 15. All the way, touchdown Seattle! The Seahawks grow the lead coming out of halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they could take it to the house.
So after thinking it over, they're lining up for two.
The Seahawks will line up.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't bring it in. They don't get the 2 points.
Well, maybe some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Here's Tracy on the return. So they're going to begin from the 36 as he's brought down.
Tracy on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10.
Viking 18. Let's go.
Off the play fake, Milrow. Hits his running back. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Byron Murphy there to make the play.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants start the second half with some needed points. Gano for the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Giants trim the deficit down to 5.
Seahawks 19, Giants 14.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Returnable from the 1. Showing a little burst so far. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. First down now, ball at the 33. One of the tight ends motioning left. Drive begins with a Walker run. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Now, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter first down. Trying to throw this from the gun. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
After the incompletion, second down calls ready. Back now, pressure coming. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The intended target there was toward Horton, and it sets up second down. Still sticking with the passing game. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. New set of downs from 37.
A gain of 16 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Walker now from the gun. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7. Back to throw now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Elijah Arroyo, the target on that throw. And now they're going to face third down.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
They'll air it out on third. That call going against the offense. Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run third down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up fourth down. For the third time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. He'll try to connect on a 50-yarder. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's Tracy on the return. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Okay,
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10.
let's go.
From the gun, here's a handoff. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Here we go. 70s Timberwolves. Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
From the gun, Milrow. Finds him over the middle. Ooh, this is close, but I think it's going to be third down. Gain on the play up to the 38.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it third and 2.
Cowboy. Come on. Hey, fix the Eagles, fix the Eagles.
Going back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And what a play. They never gave him a shot to get that single yard. He's going to lose some yardage. Fourth down coming up.
Jamie Gillen in punt formation for the Giants.
He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. And they're going to throw out of the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Throwing from the gun here. Hit some space around midfield. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Seahawks with it, currently with a not quite so comfortable lead. First and 10 from the 43. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Throw left side, complete. He has it to the 23-yard line as he's brought down. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. Now an inside give to Walker. And he's going to be stopped, but not before dealing some damage. He's down to the 12. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Offense there, Kate, went heavy with that 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, and those 3 added blockers. Just the element they needed to spring that run.
1st down, and they go right back to it. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Throwing it on 2nd down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. I'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. Oh, he missed it. The pressure got to him on that short attempt. And they fail to make this a 2-score ball game.
And hope still remains in the building, Kate. Not a 2-score game. In fact, a make there, well, it could have been a death knell. But the miss, you just see it. It breathes some new life into the opposing sideline.
The New York offense ready to get going here. It's 1st and 10.
Set Coogan. Hey.
Milrow from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. Still fighting forward. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants down by only 2 in the 4th. Now it's Milrow in the offense, looking to go for 2.
The Giants will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Looking in the air here. They draw up just the right throw, and we're tied. extra point was doing nobody any good there. Gotta go for two in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the second half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive. Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the fourth quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. They turn it around. It's why that third phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Fits it through the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Setting up the screen. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
His charge towards the line, it's right around 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Here's a throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And it's 3rd down now. Well, he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, can sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's what
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down. Big moment here as Maddox Trujillo comes on. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. This one's not looking good, and it won't be. Short and too far left. And we are still tied in the 4th.
Well, they got the chance to kick a potential game winner, Kate, and that's all that kicker wanted, a chance. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. And all he can hope now, tie game late here, is that his counterpart across the way, warming up in that kicking net, well, he doesn't get the chance to end it himself.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Pistol now for Milrow. The throw left side finds Johnson. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Come on. Set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cup, bring it.
There's a dive up the middle. He's brought down after a gain of about 6 inside the 40.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Offensive line. This is 2nd and 4.
Ready. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Ready?
Back to the well again. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And it'll be first and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line. Now Seattle going to call its second timeout. We'll see how judicious they choose to be with that final timeout.
It is just so hard, Kate, to get these chunk explosive runs. But what it does now is it especially sets the table in prime scoring position.
On the jump.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up first and goal.
Cougar 19. Ready, right?
Milroe hangs on to it. And he's in for the touchdown. The Giants take a fourth-quarter lead. Gano for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7.
29. Seahawks 22.
Gano ready to send this away.
Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Seattle getting everybody set. They've got first and 10. Here's the backup. First throw. Caught. Nice game left side. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. So 20 yards on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Here's first and 10 from the 47. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith and Jigba. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. It would help set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Has it at the 7. And this is down all the way to the 3. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
The Giants using their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Walker again. And he gets on the touchdown. And now a potential game-deciding play call coming up. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. They're lining up for two. This is for the lead and potentially the win.
The Seahawks will line up for the two-point conversion.
Back to throw. And this is caught. Oh, he gets the 2 points, and with those, they've got the lead.
Giants 29. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Here's Tracy on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. We'll get a stoppage here. Looks like there's a Giant in some discomfort following that play. Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Liking 18. Ready.
They'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they're still going to have one left at their disposal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal.
Ready. 70 Lions.
Setting up to pass. The lateral goes haywire, fumble. And the Seahawks have it. And they will take this down inside the 10. Got the recovery, and now they're going to start with 1st and goal.
Man, there is nothing like a defense taking the ball away for you, right? It's all about the ball. It's all about, you hear me preach that all the time. Get the ball back. When they get the ball back, a little extra bonus on that return as well.
So the Seahawks take this one on the road. Brock, I know you know this firsthand. All the way across the country. Feels like you're playing in the morning. You played in a lot of these. That is not an easy thing to do what they just did.
And you know what, Kate? You look back, even like the Niners of the 80s, those really good teams, they struggled in these 10 a.m. kickoffs on their body clock. You know who changed it? Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll and the Legion of Boom said enough's enough. If you're good enough and we build up enough talent, we can also end this mystique or this problem of that early kick.
So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks winners, as we say so long from New York.